The timer VI or the timer FGV is the one of the main section for the CLD exam. That's the one we are going to discuss about. So in order to do, I save this one into the particular folder. So I save this file, and in order to get the a particular icon, well, the first task is to how to change the icon on this particular section. So for that, I made another VI. So this is the folder. In this folder, you have the exercise and the solution and the edit icon. The solution one is we are doing right now. In this one, we are going to give the complete solution how to run the timer properly. Then after that, this for edit icon, I just like explain how we can quickly edit the icon. That one also a mandatory. So for that, you just double click, then select here and Control All, then delete. You have to select Control All and delete, and select one of them. And you can even color whatever the color you want over there. Also, Control is set. If you want to come back, Control is set, and so yeah, Control is set. Yeah, and then I select that time. Then I edit the icon. Then I select timer FGV. Then I move a little bit of center and middle. Then also you can say this one as a template. I would say this is my CLD template. That's it. So this is my CLD template, and I have selected the particular. This is the way we have to do the icon. So come back to ours. I already prepared the icon for this particular one. Just like there is a template. So you can just choose the template, whichever you want. First you delete before you choose the template. Yeah. Okay. So now we can start our actual process. And when we come, we go to the VI property and the documentation. And we say this VI is for timer FGV. You don't have to do much more in the documentation, but just a matter of you have to fill in something over there. Okay, then always keep in mind there is a star icon over there. That means it's not saved. If I press Control Save, that star icon is gone. I start with the case structure. Keep in mind that the case structure should be reasonable and the small one. Then I create the error cluster constant. And the error cluster constant I change to control. And see, this is my icon is coming. So whenever my icon is coming, I go to the options. In the options is a block diagram. Then the front panel terminal as icon. So next time when I create an indicator, it won't come as a big messy one. Oh, tools, option, the block diagram, place front panel terminal as icon. We have taken that. I think 2019 has some issues. Let me check. These are the bunch of things. We will go one by one. The control terminal plan default, the terminal default to require. And here you can even select that what kind of style you want. And the show front panel grid. And if you don't want front panel grid, you can just select that one block. And if you just like put the block diagram, place the front panel. Oh, is a place the front panel terminal as icon. Place structure with the auto grow enable, configure auto, and use alternative block diagram data type color. So this is not the one. Show the tip strips forward terminal. Use the option. Enable the automatic wiring. So these all are the default configuration for it. Okay, perfect. So I'll just we will discuss why it's not coming in previous next section. So if I just select some control, it should become as this one. This is the old point I was discussing. So I don't know, even though if it is coming like this as an icon, you just untag as a view as an icon, then create indicator, then you are getting. So error in, error out. So then you don't have any indicator coming up. So first of all, if there is an error, replace with the case selector. So we created the error case like in and out. Error case always be at the bottom. Then if it is no error case, we need the while loop. And the while loop is just running in a one case true. Okay, the while case is just running as a true case scenario in this one. Now just follow this procedure what I'm doing, and then it will be much more easier. So we start with get date and time, then I will go to the DBL. I want to convert that one into two double precision float. Then I just replace that one as a shift register. Then I use the subtract function, one addition function, then two select function, and one greater than or equal to function. Perfect. So I'm taking the current value and subtract that one from the previous value. Then the previous value add with one of the value which we are coming out. Then now I want to introduce two buttons. That, like, either you can go to the any of the option. In the silver, you can make a push button. One button is for pause, and another button is for reset. One button is for pause and another button is for reset. So if you click pause, what happened that it will retain the previous value, and if you won't click pause, it should become to the current value. And the same way, if you press the reset button, it should come 0 on board. Otherwise, it should become as the current value. The same way, the current value is, so you can select a target value which is greater than the current iteration. Then there is an indicator will come, that the indicator is called elapsed. So no case constant. Perfect. Now even we can just oh, that too small. So even you can to clean the code a little bit more proper. So on the right hand side you got error out. And this is a one true case. Then all the wires, you can just clean up wires. Perfect. So this is your elapsed time. Then I create an indicator. This is my timer. This is my actual timer, yeah. So I got the timer there and I can check my value is elapsed or not in this way. And this is my target value and I can even pause or that's it. In terms of documentation, we say this is a error handler case and this one is no error case. And here subtract time with the previous value. Then here we add, and this is the pause function, and this is the reset function, and this is the elapsed check. And this is the complete code with the documentation, I would say. So if you can think of anything, please comment on this section and we can add. And in the highest level, you can add the label. That's like this one is for the error case or the error handler. So you got a pause, reset, and target, and the timer, elapsed, and the error out. Now always like a close this one into the smallest way or the fit into the plane and then save it. Do not put like a fully opened way. Perfect. Now there is another option is called so keep in mind that you have to like go to the options and you can change it, and also the VI properties and the documentation. And also in much more advanced, you can even get the documentation here. This one is for timer and the tip strip, and this is like you can say this one is for elapsed. Then you can like the same way you can add all of them. Pause. Target value. So now you can see the complete code which we have done. So this is the case for the timer FGV for the forward loop. Now we have to run. Keep in mind, we have to connect all the terminals. And I is recommending 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4 method. And the error bar should be, error connection in all the indicators should be left, and all the control should be on the left, and the indicator should be on right, and all the error should be on the bottom, and the ANM usually over there, but doesn't matter. And the timer FGV. Now we can run. Keep in mind when you run the first time. So always keep whenever there is a while loop, you have to create a constant with some weight. Usually you can put 100 and just say that is a weight, or the 100% CPU use we have to eliminate. Now when you run this first time, so just keep in mind this is just because of the true case, it can be run only one time. But what we are going to do, we are just going to run this continuously. That will be the actual case we are mimicking. If you run first time, it will be a different reading. So if you run continuously, This is the actual case scenario. What happened now? The timer is getting such a high value, 3.84, the 10 raised to power 9. So it's such a huge value. That means the LabVIEW is run like the maximum value and just like a displayed, because it's never stopped anything. So what you can do, if you reset, then only. So whenever you launch this code, you have to reset before you start. If I reset, it comes to 0. And now it's like a value is reset. And if I just release the reset, it started to work. So if I reset and release, it started to work. Then if I pause, that place will pause and then started to work. Pause, release, it will continue. Pause, release, it will continue. Now I reset. I put my target value maybe 2. Then I release. So my value is 2 elapsed. When it coming get 2, it will lapsed. So check the 0. Then when it comes 2, it is elapsed. For example, if I put 5, it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elapsed. So this is the case. You can pause, you can reset, you can release, you can even put this one is 5, then it will work. Then you can even put 10. Then so it can be a dynamic VI. So this is the one we are going to use for the FGV. Now what I'm going to do, this is my exercise 1. So I open my timer FGV exercise. I copy all the front panel. And now you can develop this code and to run this same operation and see how it works. So keep in mind, you have to change edit icon and you have to connect the pane and you have to use the VI property and the documentation, and you can give the documentation for the individual one and all the documentation you have done, and the style also. We have to be a bit more careful when you are doing this kind of styling, that the style, I wouldn't say you will get much mark on this particular one because this is not the perfect style. So the style we may focus in the next or the coming sections, but I just focus here on the documentation and the functionality. So please continue to do the exercise, and if you want the feedback, please send it, and I can review it, this feedback loop. So this is your exercise. Please complete exercise for the timer FGV. Thank you.